Hi guys, I am Katie Shifkin, and this is going to be a power flow class, intermediate level or mixed level. I'll give lots of modifications, but it will still be really challenging if you're a more seasoned practitioner. At least I think it will be challenging. I think it's challenging. So, yeah, thank you for joining me. With that said, let's just go ahead and get started in a comfortable seat. So I'm facing towards you guys. You can face towards the top of your mat. And just find a seat that works for you. So I'm sitting in easy pose. You can cross your ankles, you can kneel. Since you're at home, you're welcome to use a block, a blanket, a bolster, a pillow underneath your sit bones. And that'll just give your hips a little more space to open so you can sit up taller without feeling like you're gonna fall backwards. So especially for men, and I don't mean to stereotype, but a lot of men have trouble sitting. So use something to lift your hips, give yourself more space so you can sit up tall. And then just slowly find your way into stillness. So in doing so, maybe you reach your arms up, kind of stretch from side to side. Maybe you twist, roll out your shoulders, roll your head around. So any movement that calls to you, and then eventually just settle in. So find length in your spine, length through the back of your neck. Soften through your face, soften through your shoulders. Be intentional with where you place your hands. So maybe you rest your hands on your lap. You can bring your hands to your heart, one hand to heart space, one hand to low belly. So whatever kind of resonates for you today. And then let's just drop in with 3 great big deep breaths. So with your eyes closed, next time you breathe in, fill up as big as you can. Visualize your breath as a bright white light filling up all the little tiny spaces inside of your body. Hold in fullness. Kind of become that bright white light. And then exhale, big open mouth sigh. Just let it go. Send it out. Do that 2 more times. Bright white light as you inhale fills up all the little spaces. So sit up taller, take up more space, hold in fullness. Feel yourself as this bright white light, just pure energy, pure awareness. Exhale, big open mouth sigh, let it go. Last time, so biggest inhale you've taken all day long. Hold in fullness. Sip in a little more. And exhale, sigh it out. Think of rinsing, releasing, just letting go. Now seal your lips gently and start to bring in your Ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose, gentle constriction in the back of your throat. So you really want to start to hear your breath as it moves through your throat. It's coming all the way down from your diaphragm. So it's different than just your typical nostril breath. It's almost, this is how I sometimes describe it when I'm trying to help people find it. It's almost like you're snoring. So if you were to take it to the nth degree, you'd be snoring. So each time you inhale, you hear your breath as it moves through your throat. You feel your belly expand, your ribs, your chest, and each time you exhale, you take it all the way to empty. And it's like you're fogging up a window, but with your lips gently sealed. So ideally what we're doing is we're fogging up a window on the inside of our bodies. We're starting to build our own internal heat with our breath. So you can stay here just in the seated meditation for as long as you'd like, connecting to your breath. And then when you feel ready to add some movement, we'll transition onto hands and knees, tabletop position. Take that breath with you and just start to intuitively explore your body. So maybe you take your hips in big circles. Maybe you take cat-cows. You might want to sit back into a child's pose, come forward into cobra or up dog. So kind of just whatever calls to you, whatever feels good, no right or wrong. And I really encourage you, especially for this first part, to keep your eyes closed. So we're trying to get out of our thinking, talking mind, which is also known as the ego. So that part of yourself that judges what you're doing, what other people are doing all the time, every day, all day long. We're letting go of that for this next 60 minutes, and we're just allowing ourselves to feel into our bodies, to be more present with sensation, with energy, with emotion. So anything that's moving through us, whether it's physical, energetic, or emotional, mental. I say emotional, mental, because I think those are two different things. We feel our emotions in our bodies, but we describe them or kind of put labels on them with our minds. So start to be just more in that pure sensation, that pure raw emotion, not even having to know what it is or understand it. So give yourself maybe 3 more rounds or so, just exploring. This is my favorite part. It's become my favorite part of my own practice, mostly just during COVID times, because I've realized how important it is, how valuable it is to just move in an intuitive way. So if you're at home and you're like, I want to practice yoga, but I don't have a class to go to, just get on your mat and move intuitively. See what can happen. See what you can do. See what you can discover. As you're ready, we're going to meet back in a downward facing dog. And then once you're in your down dog, give yourself some time to explore this familiar posture. So whatever calls to you, maybe pedaling out your heels, maybe lifting one leg and then the other, maybe shaking your head yes or no. So really kind of explore the length in your spine, the length in your side bodies, the length from your fingertips all the way up to your sit bones. Maybe you keep a really deep bend in your knees for this first down dog, and that's what feels good. Maybe you start to work your legs towards straight, possibly even pick up your toes and spread them. So I can't touch my heels to the ground, but I can still get my toes to lift. And then as I spread them apart, I really feel a stretch down the backs of my legs. So just stay curious. Even the poses we've done hundreds of times, there's still so much more we can learn. We can never ever arrive. That's one of my favorite things about this practice. Take one more big inhale, fill up as big as you can. And then exhale, look forward to the top of your mat. However you want to get there, just do it with awareness. Forward fold, top of your yoga mat. Bring your feet about hips width distance apart, all 10 toes face directly forward. Inhale to a halfway lift, spinal extension. So pause in your halfway lift and focus on your back body. Feel your back muscles squeeze around your spine. So even imagine you've got a pencil kind of lined up with your spine and you're trying to squeeze and hold that pencil just with the muscles around your spine. Feel your shoulder blades hug in. Now, notice what happened to your belly. If your belly let go, pull your belly button in and up. And imagine you're trying to lift your sit bones and try to broaden your sit bones as well, make them wider. So it's like you're trying to get yourself to have a big butt here. Take one more big inhale, lengthen through the back of your neck. Exhale, release, fold in. Inhale, halfway lift. So find your alignment just in this one breath. Feel your back working, your core is engaged, your sit bones broaden. Exhale, fold. Now, inhale to your halfway lift. Continue to rise. So unhinge, rise all the way up to stand. Inhale, stretch your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Flow with your breath. Inhale, high mountain. Lead with your heart. Exhale, slow dive down, forward fold. With your inhale, spinal extension, lengthen. Back muscles hug around your spine, low belly tones, sit bones broaden, exhale, fold. Now from the press of your feet, lead with your heart, reverse swan dive all the way up. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Once more, just like that, high mountain pose, breathe in. Exhale. Dive down slowly, weight in the front half of your feet. You can stick your butt out behind you, then release and bow. With your inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, fold, Uttanasana, bow in. From the press of your feet, heart leads all the way up. Inhale, stretch your arms up, maybe gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, this time, inhale, take your arms to the sky. Exhale, let's get into our side body. So bring your right hand to your right hip, and then reach your left arm up and over to the right. Your hips go to the left, so side body stretch. Hug in with your inner thighs as if you've got an invisible yoga block there. And then breathe down your left side body. Soften through your face. You might even take your gaze slightly up. Take one more round. Inhale, come back through center, arms to the sky. Exhale, other side. So left hand to left hip. Push your hips to the right. Reach up and over to the left. So like you're trying to create a crescent moon shape with your body. Hug your invisible yoga block with your inner thighs. All 10 toes should be facing directly forward. Breathe down your right side, right ribs, right waistline. How much space can you create with your breath? Take one more round. Spread your fingers, reach a little further. Inhale, come back to center, arms reach up. And then exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down, squeeze shoulder blades towards your spine, and then if you can, start to reach your hands away from your body, so towards the back of your mat. And then if you want to take this to the next level, start to create a little back bend. So lift your heart up, reach your knuckles down, keep drawing your belly button back and up so your low abdominals stay toned and strong. Press your hips gently forward. Take one more big inhale. Keep the clasp. Exhale, slow dive down. So hinge at your hips. Bow in, forward fold. Hands stay clasped. Inhale, lift halfway. So squeeze back muscles around your spine. Lengthen, broaden through your sit bones. Exhale, fold. See if you can keep your fingers interlaced for about 2 or 3 more breaths. So try not to rock back into your heels. Keep your weight forward in your toes and the balls of your feet. Your heels are on the ground, but they're just really light. Now, you might have a little or a big bend in your knees. Relax your neck, let your head hang. See if you can lift your knuckles higher, lift your sit bones, your butt higher. Take one more inhale. Exhale, hands to your low back. Gently release your clasp. Let your arms hang. Maybe give them a little shake out. And then as you're ready, we'll step back into a plank pose. So plant your palms, feet to the back of your mat. All right, so top of a push-up. Take a great big inhale, push the ground away. Exhale, lower just halfway down. Strong through your arms, strong through your belly. Inhale, press back up. You've got knees if you want to use them. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, press back up, high plank. And then this time, exhale, slow as you can go all the way down. Spiderman Cobra, my favorite. Hands come out to frame your mat. Lift to your fingertips, so tent your hands like you have little teeny tiny tents underneath your hands. Elbows face the sky, and then lift your chest up. Keep a little tone in your low belly. Take a big inhale here. And then as you exhale, twist to the right and dip your left shoulder down. I think that feels so good. Inhale, come back to center, lift your heart. Exhale, twist to the left, dip your right shoulder down. Inhale, back to center, and let's go once more in each direction. Move with your own breath, at your own pace, and just feel into your spine, feel into your shoulder girdle. Eventually, an inhale will bring you back to center. Lift your heart. Exhale to release and lower down. However you want to transition, just do it with awareness. Downward facing dog pose. So 5 breaths in down dog. Or if you want to turn it into a turbo dog, bring in a little more strength work, go for it. So turbo dog, the only thing that you change is your arms. Bend your elbows a ton and then squeeze your elbows in towards each other, towards midline. So your forearms hover just an inch or so above the ground. Continue to lift your hips really, really high. Imagine you've got that rope attached to your belly button. It's pulling up towards the sky. So if you had a rope attached to your belly button, what would it feel like if it was lifting up? So see if you can find more lift from your center. Rather than pushing all your weight down, Find energy moving up. Find lightness, find buoyancy. Where is your breath? Can you feel it? Can you make it even bigger, more spacious, more powerful? Take one more inhale. Exhale, look to the top of your mat, step, tiptoe, or hop. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, spinal extension. Exhale, fold, bow. From the press of your feet, reverse swan dive all the way to stand. Inhale, take your arms to the sky, big stretch. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, inhale, take your arms up. Interlace your fingers and flip your palms up to face the sky. So get your arms as straight as you can. Press up through your palms. Hug an invisible yoga block with your inner thighs. And then when you're ready, move your hips to the left. Reach your upper body up and over to the right. Press out through your palms. So try not to let your elbows bend very much. Really keep your arms straight, strong, and powerful. Breathe into your left side. Take one more round. More weight is in your left foot. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, other side. So hips go right, up and over to the left with your upper body. Press out through your palms. So imagine there's energy just shooting out of your palms. Maybe that bright white light each time you exhale moves out of your palms. You can visualize it. So whatever resonates for you, whatever makes sense for you. Find more length, more space in your right side body. Take one more round. Now inhale, come back to center. Listen here. Exhale, round your spine and press your palms forward. So chin towards your chest, belly button pulls back. I like to bend my knees a lot here and then really curl in. Now from here, take a stretch from side to side. So one shoulder lifts up, then the other shoulder, and you kind of stretch each side of your back body. I think it feels so good, especially if your back is sore at all. Soften through your face. Take one more round. With your next inhalation, come back to high mountain. So reach your arms up, release your grip. Exhale, cactus your arms, little baby back bend, press your hips gently forward. Inhale, arms to the sky, realign your spine. Exhale, slow down, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. This time, take your vinyasa however you want. So you can add a couple push-ups, you can add 10 push-ups, you can skip it all together, you can take cat-cows instead. So whatever you want to do, and we'll meet back in downward facing dog. All right, from your dog pose, next time you inhale, take your right leg to the sky. So I don't care today whether your hip stays square, you open your hip, so whatever calls to you, just as long as you're doing it with lots of awareness, you're not just throwing yourself into the pose. Really press down through both of your hands. Keep lifting up from your belly button. Take one more big inhale. See if you can spread your right toes. Exhale, right knee to your nose. So hips really high. Stay here as you breathe in. Push the ground away. And then exhale, step your right foot to the top of your yoga mat. Rise up to Crescent Lunge. So you can take a moment. I like to bring my hands to my hips. Square them off. So right hip pulls back, left hip pulls forward, inner thigh squeeze. Back leg is strong and powerful, low belly is toned, chest is lifted. Arms reach up, maybe gaze slightly up. Find your breath, soften your face, possibly even close your eyes. Feel this posture from the inside. Take one more big inhale. And then as you exhale, bring your hands down to your front thigh and straighten your front leg, spine parallel to the ground. So as you straighten your front leg, imagine you're trying to lift your right sit bone up and press the top of your right thigh back. You're balanced on the ball of your back foot and your back leg is strong. Spine nice and long. Take one more full round. And then slowly bend into your front knee, and you're gonna launch your back foot off the ground for a warrior three variation. So crown of your head reaches forward and your left foot presses back. Your hips should be level. So square them off, inner thighs face each other. Stay here, or maybe reach your arms out to the right and to the left, or you could take cactus arms, either one. As you extend your arms out or cactus your arms, think of pressing the backs of your hands, so palms face down, backs of your hands press up towards the sky, chest presses down towards the ground. Feel your back muscles hug around your spine. Take one more full round of breath. Next time you inhale, high mountain, so both feet at the top of your mat, arms reach up. Exhale, chair pose, sit back, weight in your heels, keep your heart lifted. So you can stay right here. This is your pose, this is where you wait for us, or bring your arms parallel to the earth, lift up to your tiptoes. Slowly, next time you exhale, lower your hips to your heels. Slowly, with your inhale, rise back up. Don't straighten your legs all the way. Do that 2 more times. Exhale down. Inhale up. Spine stays long. Exhale down. This time, listen, everybody, inhale, high mountain. So all the way up, stay on your tiptoes if you can. Possibly stay on your tiptoes. Exhale, slow dive down, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, take your vinyasa again, however you want to. Push-ups, skip it all together, take it on your knees, whatever will best serve you. And we'll see you back in down dog. Reconnect to your big, deep Ujjayi breaths. Next inhalation, left leg to the sky. So again, I don't care if you keep your hips square or not today, but just be with your body with so much awareness. So go in. What can you feel? What can you discover? How can you be more efficient? How can you get more out of this posture? Lengthen your spine more. Lift your right sit bone higher. Spread your left toes. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, left knee to your nose. So hips stay really high. Curl in. Stay here as you breathe in. Push the ground away. See if you can lift your left shin higher. And then exhale, step your left foot forward. Rise up to crescent. Take a moment to settle in. So hips square. Back leg strong. Back foot is really powerful. So I think Crescent Lunge is one of the best poses we can do for so many different places in our body. So if it's hard for you, if you hate it, that's okay. Just observe that and then start working, start practicing. If it means you have to start with your back knee on the ground, totally fine. Tone your low belly, lift your heart, reach through your fingertips, breathe. If you want, you can close your eyes, go in. Take one more inhale and maybe little teeny tiny back bend, gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands to your front thigh and then straighten your front leg. So as you straighten your front leg, imagine you're trying to lift your left sit bone up and kind of tilt the left side of your pelvis forward. Spine parallel to the ground or as close as you can come. Back leg strong, back foot really active. So I'm feeling my back foot, I'm feeling my back toes. Breathe into it. Take one more round. End of your exhale, you're going to bend your front knee. Back foot floats up. Warrior three variation. So strong through your back leg. Press with your back foot. Lengthen through your spine, your side bodies. Hips are square. You can stay where you're at or add your arms. Reach out or cactus. If you're adding the arms, press your arms up, press your chest down. Back muscles get even stronger. Where is your breath? One more round. Big, huge, full body breath. Inhale, high mountain, so land at the top of your mat, arms to the sky. Reach and stretch. Exhale this time, chair plane or drinking bird. So bend your knees, hinge forward, reach back, little lift in your heart, option to float up to your tiptoes, balance challenge. If you're on your tiptoes, see if you can get even lower in your legs. Find your breath. Lift your heart like you're doing a little baby cobra. Last round here. Stay on your tiptoes if you can. Inhale, high mountain all the way up. Reach. Exhale, slow dive down. Possibly keep your heels lifted as you dive. With your in-breath, lift halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, Vinyasa, your way. This will be the last time I say your way, so take advantage of it. At least for Chaturanga, I mean, or your Vinyasa. You can really do anything your way anytime you want. It's all my cues. Think of them as invitations, not commands, invitations. See you back in down dog. So take a moment in your dog pose once you arrive to just reconnect, to feel into your body, feel into your breath, make your breath bigger, stronger, more powerful, bring more awareness inward. So rather than wandering off with your thoughts, can you stay right here, be present, take one more inhale. Exhale, look forward, top of your mat, step or hop, forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow, fold. Root through your feet, heart guides you all the way up. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart, and here we go. We're gonna flow, one breath, one movement. Inhale, high mountain. Interlace your fingers, press your palms up. Exhale, side body stretch to the right, hips go left. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, other side. Press out through your palms. More weight is in your right foot. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, round your spine. Press your palms forward. Curl in. Maybe bend your knees. Inhale, high mountain. So stand up tall, release your grip. Exhale, cactus your arms. Baby back bend, open it up. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, slow dive. All the way down, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat, lower down, Chaturanga. Try to keep that exhale going. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog. Shoulders down and back. Exhale, Downward Facing Dog. Big, deep breaths. Inhale your right leg to the sky. And then soft as you can, exhale, right foot steps forward. Imagine you're stepping over something. Then set your foot down. Inhale, Crescent Lunge, slow rise, strong through your legs. Maybe a little back bend, gaze up. Exhale, hands to your front thighs, straighten your front leg, spine parallel to the ground. As you inhale, bend your front knee, back foot lifts, Warrior 3 variation. Stay as you exhale, option to reach your arms out or cactus your arms. Inhale, high mountain, top of your mat, reach. Exhale, chair pose, sit back. Stay here and hold, or inhale, float to tiptoes, arms parallel to the ground. Keep your shoulders back. Exhale just one time, hips to your heels, lower down. Inhale, slowly, high mountain. Stay on your tiptoes if you can, as tall as you can grow. Woo, and exhale, dive down. Maybe your heels stay lifted as you dive. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat, Chaturanga. Heart lifts, breathe in. And hips lift, breathe out, down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Again, like you're stepping over something. Exhale, left foot steps forward, lunge. Inhale, crescent, rise up, strong through your legs, maybe gaze up. Exhale, hands to your front thighs, straighten your front legs, spine parallel to the earth or close to it. Inhale, bend your front knee, lift your back foot off the ground, Warrior 3 variation. Stay where you're at, or exhale, add your arms. Inhale, high mountain, top of your mat, stretch. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. Hinge forward, reach back, maybe float up to tiptoes. Stay on your tiptoes if you can. High mountain, inhale. Exhale, slow dive. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lift your hips, take it back. All right, you guys, so we're gonna go through one more round, breath to movement. This time, I'm gonna add a couple of things, so just pay really close attention to my cues. Stay with me. Take one more big inhale, see if you can lift your sit bones higher, lengthen your spine more. Exhale, look forward, step or float, forward fold. Once you've arrived, breathe in, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, let it go, fold. Press into your feet, heart leads all the way to stand. Inhale, stretch tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, here we go. Inhale, arms to the sky. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms up. Exhale, side body stretch to the right, hips go left. Inhale, come through center, bigger, deeper breaths. Exhale, other side. Empty all the way out. Inhale, center. Exhale, round your spine, press your palms forward, curl in. Inhale, high mountain, release your grip. And exhale, cactus your arms, open it up. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, slow dive down, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back, chaturanga, lower down, strong belly, strong arms. Inhale, heart lift, shoulders back and down. Try not to lock out your elbows. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, listen, inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, or as close as you can come. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, or higher, so aim for your armpit. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly, step your right foot through. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up, strong through your legs. Exhale, hands to your front thighs, straighten your front leg, bring your spine close to parallel with the ground, as close as you can get. And then inhale, warrior three, float your back leg up. Stay as you exhale, option to reach your arms straight forward this time, full warrior three. Inhale, high mountain, top of your mat. Super tall. Exhale, chair pose, weight in your heels, sit back, get low. Stay here and wait, or lift to tiptoes, arms reach straight forward. Exhale, hips to heels, lower down. Stay on your tiptoes if you can. Inhale, high mountain, all the way up. Maybe stay on your tiptoes. Exhale, slow dive down. Forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Now pause here, listen, right hand is your base. Roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot. Left arm to the sky, side plank, Vashisthasana. Option to reach your left arm forward. Option to float your left leg up. So your fullest expression. Lift your hips higher, take 2 more deep breaths. End of your next exhale, plank or modified plank. Inhale at the top. Push the ground away. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hips lift, down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Now listen, exhale, left knee, right elbow. Use your oblique strength. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left to left, as high as you can get on your arm. Inhale, back up. Last one, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly, step your left foot forward. Rise up to crescent, slowly rise, so strong legs. Exhale, hands to your front thighs, straighten your front legs, spine close to parallel with the ground. And then inhale, warrior three, back leg floats up, lengthen through your spine. Stay here or breathe in, arms forward this time, full warrior three. Give it everything you've got. And then with your inhale, next inhale, I think I cued that last breath wrong. So inhale, high mountain, just meet me here. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. Hinge forward, reach back, float to your tiptoes if you can. Inhale, high mountain, stay on your tiptoes if you can. And exhale, take it all the way down. You guys are awesome. Inhale, halfway lift, stick with me. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat. Pause, left hand is your base. Roll onto the baby toe edge of your left foot. Side plank, right arm to the sky. Lift your hips super high. Maybe reach your right arm forward. Maybe float your right leg up. Fullest expression. Take 2 more deep breaths. End of your next exhale, plank or modified plank. Take an inhale at the top, push the ground away. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, lift your heart. And exhale, listen, tabletop position, hands and knees. Take your knees out a little bit wider than your hips. Reach your right arm out to the right, all the way up to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, thread your right arm underneath you. Reach through as far as you can. Come down to rest on the outside of your shoulder, outside of your head. And then lots of different places you can go with this. You might press your left hand down and kind of use that as leverage. Imagine you're trying to turn your heart towards the sky. You could wrap your left arm behind your back. You could extend your left leg out to the left. So your expression, take about 4 or 5 more breaths. So use this as a sort of kind of resting pose, but you still have a gentle engagement. So each time you exhale, you feel your navel draw towards your spine. And then if you're making it a more active variation, that's perfectly fine as well. There are different ways to make it easier, different ways to make it more challenging. Just depends what you want to get out of it. Wherever you go, make sure your breath is there. And last couple rounds. If you have your left hand or left knee lifted, bring them back to the ground. Now listen here. Next time you breathe in, unthread your right arm, reach it all the way up to the sky, and then bring your right arm behind your back, and if it's available to you with your right fingertips, grab the front of your left thigh. Now let your neck relax, so let your head hang down. And see if you can stretch and lengthen the right side of your neck. So that space in between your right shoulder and your right ear, breathe into it. Visualize the bright white light of your breath moving into that space, just loosening, softening. And let your head be very heavy, your face very soft. Take one last round. And then next inhale, right arm to the sky once again. Exhale, bring your right hand down. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. So reconnect. Big, deep Ujjayi breaths. Next time you inhale, right leg to the sky. Stay here if you want, or exhale, open your right hip. So bend your right knee, reach your right knee out to the right, then up towards the ceiling. Squeeze your outer right butt cheek, flex your right toes. Stay here, or final option, flip your dog. Right toes come down behind you. Right arm lifts and reaches forward. Lift through your heart, lift through your hips. Breathe down into your belly. Feel your back muscles hug around your spine. Take one more deep breath. End of your exhale. Everybody, 3-legged down dog. So right leg extends super high. Breathe in. Exhale, step your right foot to the top of your yoga mat. And then this time, step your back foot forward just about a foot or so, coming into pyramid pose. So both feet flat. I like my feet on 2 train tracks, all 10 toes face forward. Inhale to a halfway lift, so you can bring your hands to your front shin or to your hips. And then really think of lengthening from the top of your head back to your right sit bone. Imagine you're trying to lift your right sit bone up, press the top of your right thigh back, take one more big inhale, and then as you exhale, lead with your heart, so slowly dive forward and down. So imagine you're trying to reach your heart past your knee, and then when you've gone as far as you can go, let your neck relax, let your head hang, your upper back can round a little bit. This pose can either be nothing is happening for me, like you're just kind of hanging out, it's uncomfortable, don't really like it, when is it going to be over? Or you can tune in and get so much out of it. You can work the front of your right thigh, so you want your right quad working, and then actively stretch the back of your leg, your hamstring, with each breath. Every time you exhale, draw your belly button in and up. That's your invitation to dive deeper, to fold further. Take about 2 or 3 more rounds. So you can either go through the motions, or you can be really, really present and discover more with each breath, create more space with each breath. Take one last big inhale, and then with your exhale, find your fullest expression. So as deep as you can dive, far as you can fold. End of your exhalation, standing split. So walk your fingertips forward, float your back leg to the sky. Let your neck relax, let your head hang. Maybe you wrap your right arm behind your right leg, hand behind ankle, forearm behind calf, elbow behind knee, and then use that as gentle leverage. Press arm into leg, leg back into arm. See if you can reach your forehead a little closer to your shin. Lift your left leg a little higher. Stick with me, just 2 more breaths here. So think of it, one-legged forward fold, that's all it is. Last big inhale. Now listen, exhale, step your left foot to the very back of your mat, so you're back in a lunge. Inhale your right leg to the sky. It might feel good to just kind of shake it out for a moment. And then pigeon pose, right shin to the top of your mat. Set your body down gently. So right knee towards the outer right edge of your mat rather than center line. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward. So first, you want to find the structure of the pose. Plug the femur bones into the sockets. And then eventually, you can start your bow forward, humble pigeon. Even as you bow forward, imagine you're trying to drag your right hip, your front hip, towards the back of your mat. And then to go deeper from there, you can scoot your back knee back a little bit further. Slow, steady, Ujjayi breath. Exhale out your mouth anytime. So sometimes when I sit in this pose or any pose that we spend time in, I find my mind wandering, thinking, oh, what do I have to do today? Going through my list. That is exactly what we don't need to be doing right now. We can do that later. So what if you had the busiest day of your life and somebody said, I'm going to give you 5 minutes to take a break and do whatever you want. The last thing you're going to do with those 5 minutes is think what you have to do after those 5 minutes are over. You're going to enjoy those 5 minutes, be present for those 5 minutes. So right now, right here, this is your 5 minutes. Be with it. Notice sensation, notice what comes up for you, emotions and even thoughts. Rather than getting involved in your thoughts, just watch them, let them come and go. If you do get involved with them, that's okay. Notice it, come back, breathe. Take about 3 to 5 more breaths. Last couple sighs. I'm letting them go out my mouth. And then listen, slowly start to lift your upper body. We're going to meet in a three-legged tabletop. So plant your hands, curl your back toes under it, and just start to scoot your back knee forward so your hips lift. Unthread your right leg, give it a nice little shake out. And then take some circles with your right knee. So try to keep everything else still and just circle your right knee. Reverse your circles. And then extend your right leg straight back. Take your right toes off the left side of your mat. And then turn and gaze back over your left shoulder at your right toes. So we're trying to lengthen our right side body. So I kind of pull my hips over to the right and then really press into my right hand. I'm even lifting up to my right fingertips. Breathe into your right side. Big deep breath. This feels so good to me. You kind of have to move around a little to figure out how to find the stretch here. At least I do. And then we'll come back, tabletop position. Bring your knees out a little wider than your hips. Inhale, take your left arm out to the left, all the way up to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle. So reach your left arm underneath you as far as you can. Come down to rest outside of your shoulder and very gently on the outside of your head. Any variation you want to take on this side, so it doesn't necessarily have to be what you did on the other side. Just make sure your breath is right there with you. Big, spacious inhalations. Slow, steady, strong exhalations. Take about 3 more deep breaths here. If you have your right hand or your right knee lifted, bring them back to the earth. Next time you inhale, unthread your left arm, reach it all the way up. Now pause, bring your left arm behind your back, and if you can, grab hold of the top of your right thigh or the front of your right thigh with your left fingertips. If you can't, just rest your hand on your low back, that's fine. And then keep pressing down with your right palm, so you're pushing the ground away. Let your head be heavy, let your head hang. So left side of your neck gets a nice little stretch. Breathe into that space. Create more space with your breath. So in between left ear and left shoulder. Couple more rounds. Soften your face even more. Unclench your jaw. Next time you inhale, take your left arm up, reach. Exhale, left hand down. Downward facing dog. Alrighty, reconnect to your breath. Maybe kind of pedal it out for a moment. So move around, whatever feels good. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, open your left hip, so bend your knee. Left knee out to the left, then up. Squeeze your outer left butt cheek, flex your toes. Stay here or flip it. Left toes come down behind you. Left arm lifts and reaches forward. Turn your heart towards the sky, hips towards the sky. Reach your heart forward as well. Breathe down into your belly. Back muscles hug around your spine. Last round. End of your exhale, come back. Three-legged down dog. Inhale to lengthen, stretch it out. Exhale, step your left foot forward. And then we'll transition into our pyramid pose. So back foot steps forward about a foot or so. Both feet flat, both legs straight, or straight as you can get them. And then I lay my feet on 2 train tracks, all 10 toes face forward. Halfway lift. So as you lengthen your spine, really think of pulling your left hip back and lifting your left sit bone up. Imagine you're trying to tilt the left side of your pelvis forward. Take one more inhale, so much length. Keep lifting your left sit bone up, lead with your heart. Exhale, slowly drape your torso over your front leg. Eventually think forehead to your front shin. Mine does not touch, yours doesn't need to touch, but that's our intention. We're creating that action to get there someday. Every time you exhale, draw your belly button in and up, so like that rope pulls up on your belly button, and then see if from that place you can fold just a little further. Take about 3 more rounds. You can hang out mindlessly, or you can be here now. Get all the juice out of the pose. Last breath. End of your exhale, we'll move into standing splits. So crawl your fingertips forward, float your right leg to the sky. Let your neck relax, let your head hang. Keep your hands pretty light on the ground, so you're not putting weight in them, they're just helping with balance. Option to wrap your left arm behind your left leg. So hand behind ankle, forearm behind calf, elbow behind knee, and then press arm into leg, leg back into arm. Think forehead towards your shin, draw your belly button in and up, and breathe. Couple more rounds, your fullest expression. Give it everything you've got. Last big inhale. And then as you exhale, lunge, step your right foot to the back of your mat. Three-legged down dog, take your left leg to the sky, get a nice little shake out. And then as you're ready, pigeon pose, left shin top of your mat, set your body down. So, pull left hip back, right hip forward. So if there was a ruler right in front of my hips, I'd want both of my hips to be against that ruler. Feels weird, I know, probably for a lot of you. Feels like you're coming out of the pose, feels a little counterintuitive. See if you can be okay with that. And then start your bow. So the goal is not to just get into the deepest pigeon we possibly can. The goal is to find the structure, the alignment, the form of the pose, and then from there, soften into it. So it's a very different approach than just trying to get every single pose as deep as we can, get into these crazy postures. This is more sustainable. We want to create stability at the same time as we create mobility. Lots of people don't like to use stability because you can't go as deep, you can't go as far into the poses, it might seem. You can't do all those crazy poses that you can do if you're just dumping into your joints. But I think that's where the yoga happens, letting go of the ego, finding the pose that best serves you, not necessarily that looks the coolest, but that you're getting the most out of. You're able to sit and breathe and just be in it, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's challenging. So every pose brings with it something different. Just allow yourself to discover that. Take about 5 more breaths. Last couple of rounds, I'm exhaling out my mouth. You can too if you like. And then just slowly, as you feel pretty even on both sides, Slowly begin to lift your body, your upper body. We'll meet in our three-legged tabletop again. So back knee scoots forward, unthread your left leg. Nice little shakeout. And then with your left leg straight, take your left toes off the right side of your yoga mat. Turn, gaze over your right shoulder, look back at your left toes, lengthen your left side. So kind of explore. I'm pulling my hips a little more to the left, pushing down into my left hand. Feels so good. Take one more round. End of your exhale, come back to tabletop. And then from your tabletop, find your way into a seat and all the way down onto your back. I don't care if your head is facing towards the top of your mat or the back of your mat, just whatever works best. And then once you're on your back, hug your knees in and gently rock from side to side. Give your low back a nice little massage against the ground. And then from here, allow your knees to just fall to the right. Left arm reaches out to the left. Supine spinal twist. If there's a different variation you want to take, that's fine with me. Breathe down into your belly, and with each exhale, let your body just kind of melt into the ground a little more, give into gravity a little more. You are the observer. Take one last round. And then we'll switch to the other side. So as you come through center, give yourself a big squeeze. Wrap your arms around the fronts of your shins. Nose towards your knees. So maybe even lift your head up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Little tiny potato bug ball. And then release, other side. So right arm out to the right. Knees fall to the left, and you can maneuver your hips around a little bit if you need to so it feels good. Gaze up or over your right shoulder. Breathe down into your belly. Maybe close your eyes and visualize, just like at the very beginning of our practice, that bright white light moving into all the little nooks and crannies, clearing out all the cobwebs. Just creating space, making prana flow, energy move. And then when you feel pretty even on both sides, I'll leave it up to you. Come back to center and find a happy baby pose. So eventually, knees on the outsides of your ribs, soles of your feet face the sky. Grab hold of your feet if you can. If that's too much, you can grab ankles or just the backs of your thighs. Maybe a little rock, little exploration. You can straighten one leg and then the other leg, even both at the same time, just like a wide-legged forward fold. And then from here, my friends, if there are any more stretches, poses, movements that you would like to take to complete your own practice for you, then please do so. So give yourself about 5 to 10 breaths to move through those final postures, those final movements and stretches. So as you eventually find your way into your Shavasana, I have a reading for you. It's by Jeff Foster. It's called Life's Embrace. Your life situation doesn't need to be perfect. You don't need to be blissed out all of the time. You don't always need to be certain or right. You don't need to be at peace all the time or joyful all the time. You don't need to be anything. In fact, since you are everything and there is room for everything, here in the vast, unchanging ocean of being that you are, an ocean that is radically open to all of those waves of experiences as they arise and dissolve. You are the backdrop of stillness in an ever-changing world where nothing remains fixed and where all edges and boundaries are subject to decay and dissolution and mystery. You are what remains when all is gone. Even the idea, all is gone, and I am what remains. What holds all of it, allows all of it? What cannot be doubted even when there is doubt? Who is reading these words right now? Who or what is trying to understand them? This is not the perfection of the mind, not the perfect life or the perfect body or the perfect experience or even the perfect moment, but the perfection that is the absolute embrace of all of this, exactly as it is. The perfect embrace that you already are. So I think so often we think that as yogis, we're supposed to be happy or blissed out all the time. We're supposed to be zen all the time. We're never supposed to feel anger. We're never supposed to feel sad. We're never supposed to feel frustrated. And that is just not true. We are human. And this is our human experience. So whatever comes, whatever comes, whatever goes, just let it come, let it go. Let yourself be the backdrop of stillness that allows everything to move through you, that allows emotions to move within you, that allows chaos to move around you. And then you are just the observer, the witness, the watcher. So you are like the sky and everything else is just the weather. For these last few moments, allow yourself to simply just be. Whatever comes, let it come. Whatever goes, let it go. And I will leave you here. Take Shavasana for as long as you can, as much time as you have, whether that's 30 seconds or 20 minutes. Just allow yourself to simply just be. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.